We probably need another national television show again because it can give instant exposure to top recording artists in this country, and there are a lot of top recording artists.
What is Countdown? Well, Countdown is the most exciting visual presentation of the top 40 hits you'll ever see on colour television. From Alice Cooper to Sherbet, we've got them, and you'll see them on Countdown.
We do a little wipe or some little electronic thing into the number. I was wondering...
As talent coordinator of Countdown, I must say that I'm absolutely amazed at the amount of work, time and pre-planning that is involved in putting together such a show. All of us on the Countdown production team are convinced that this will be the best pop show ever produced on Australian television.
We've got a new pop show, half an hour every week, titled Countdown. Now, what do you think about that? Great! Right, now, what does it mean to you to have a pop show?
Oh, it's good because there isn't much on right now that we can watch and be something good to see.
I think it's fantastic because it's mostly shows for little kids or older people, nothing for us.
And what does it mean for you to have a pop show on ABC television?
It's gas.
And to you?
Oh, fantastic. It gives you a chance to see all your favourite pop stars. It's just fantastic.
I think it's about time they had one for us.
Why is that?
Because there's nothing else on except for GDK, and that's only for 10 minutes.
Right. So you're really pleased the ABC are going to... And you'll be watching it?
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what time it's starting on the ABC? And what night? Friday. Right. Thanks very much.
Well, we're on the first show, aren't we?
Mm.
Well, the first show will be a killer dilly, you know. Like, we'll either make it or break it for you, mate, you know.
I'm living in the 70s, eating fake food under plastic trees. My face gets dirty just walking around. I need another pill to calm me down.
Hi, this is Angus here from AC/DC, reminding you to... Oh, fuck that up.
Hi there, the boys here again, and we're just reminding you to stick around because in a couple of minutes you're going to hear our brand new single called Jailbreak. And remember, you're hearing it first on Countdown.
Hello, this is Bond from AC/DC.
We've been searching around what better group to start off with in London than our own Australian group, and it's AC/DC.
Fancy meeting you here, mate.
Yeah, isn't it marvellous? So when did this build-up sort of first start occurring?
We sort of played around here pretty regularly. We've got a really good following in London, you know.
Yeah.
Like even the first gig we ever played at a little pub called the Red Cow. The next night, half that pub was in the Nashville room, another place we played, you know. And they just sort of tell their friends, and they all come along.
Right, now tell us about your American plans.
Yeah, we're going back there in a couple of weeks to tour with Kiss, supporting Kiss, and a band called Rush. You mightn't have heard of out there,
no.
You know. And we're doing about 12 dates with those bands, and a few of our own, and some co-headlining with a band called UFO.
Right, we've heard of that.
You know UFO?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Slide 15.
Go. Hello, this is Bond from AC/DC, reminding you that you're on Countdown throughout Australia.
Earlier this week, there was some very, very sad news hit Australia, and it was sad indeed for the Australian rock scene, and that was the death of one of what in my mind is one of the greatest Australian rock and rollers we've had over the past 10 years, and I'm talking about the lead singer of AC/DC, Bon Scott. Not only was he a friend of mine, and it shocked me deeply that he died in London, but I think it's a great blow to the Australian industry, and especially to AC/DC in the fact that the boys were breaking it so big in Europe and England and were about to become one of the world top supergroups in the world in 1980. The loss of Bon is something that you can't express because it's something personal within yourself. The only thing I can say is that I've known him for a long, long time. I knew him when he was in the Valentines in the 60s. He's always been one of the greatest showmen I've ever met. He had so much energy, and his loss, well, I just can't. I mean, what can you say?
We interrupt this program to bring you the latest weather report.
What weather? Not the weather report from
the weather.
Well, welcome to tonight's ABC weather, the highlight, of course, of the ABC every night of the week. Tonight we have a rather strong gale warning up in Queensland. Very hot down here in
We interrupt the weather to bring you Countdown.
No, I'm still a bachelor. It's time to say goodnight. Do you want to marry me? Welcome to the show. It's great to have her back, I tell you what. They're from me. Oh!
Marley!
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 Oh!
That was fun.
I can't stop kissing her. This group, Talking Heads, have come out with, well, wrong side, Molly. The Steely Dan, I mean, like, this
It's a
session...
real bore, and it's cost $1 million to make.
I think this album's great.
It's the worst album they've ever made.
I have never, last week I went on the Countdown Council to Perth and to Adelaide, and you were leaving a day earlier, and you'd just done a concert that night, and then in Adelaide you'd just done a concert the night before, etc. And I have never read reviews, rave reviews, for any artist than I've read for you.
All right. Tell us about it.
Blowing in the wind?
Have you met Billy Joel? No. Billy Joel says about that much in an interview as well.
What I'm trying to sort of say is, Blondie, I mean, Deborah, I'm sorry.
Could you wait just a second? Just a minute. As you can see, this interview is getting absolutely nowhere.
When you look back on sort of the 3 hits that you've had, do you and your brother sort of purposely go out to find, you know, like, I mean, in other words, do you not back tracks that he may write, or what? Is it a calculated thing? I mean, it's a strange question, you know? I mean, is it like, let me start again.
I didn't understand the question at all.
I know, I've got to start myself.
It went on for so long, it's like an epic.
The Oh no!
What were you saying?
Give my regards to John Travolta with you. Lee, I didn't push that.
I'm always on before cricket, actually. No, do I follow? Yes, I quite like it, yes. I like to bowl a maiden over, if that's what you mean. Do you think I'm sexy?
Well, yes, I do, actually.
Oh, thank you, Ian. It's very nice of you.
That's just mine. I thought you'd never go.
You ready, Molly?
Yes, I am.
Go.
On side 1, on track 2, there's a song called Dirty Weekend. Have you ever had a dirty weekend? Has love been a bitch to you, do you reckon? Get your hand off your hip, will you, for Christ's sake? Oh, but I can't do naughties. People sort of associate you with sort of like the most glamorous people around, like the chicks you go out with.
Well, some of them have been old dogs, I'll be honest.
Is it? No, I mean, I'm not about to judge, and I can't, you know, unless they got brothers, I wouldn't know. But...
Did you catch it?
A left hook, come on. Right. From all the ladies, I want you to slap me in the face. Oh. Do you know the Pretenders? Have you heard of the Pretenders?
Of course I've heard of the Pretenders. I recorded one of their songs.
You didn't, indeed.
You didn't know that?
I did indeed. I did indeed. They said there was happening.
It's awful.
But before I go on, I must say I'm not going to apologise for what I said about Chrissie Hynde. I said some wicked things. Thank you very much. All right. No. I love the Pretenders. I don't apologise for what I say about Chrissie Hynde. I appreciate the letters saying that Chrissie had her own mind and she's got freedom of speech in this country. Let's just... Well, I mean, I like Jimmy. I don't love him, but let's go to the Pretenders and I go to sleep. Take a chew out of his mouth.
Huh? Hi, I'm Madonna, and I want to wish everybody in Australia a Merry Christmas.
Don't talk that way.
Shut up. Hi, I'm Madonna, and I want to wish everybody in Australia a Merry Christmas.
Just do it properly, please.
That is proper.
It's not proper.
Hi, I'm Madonna, and I want to wish everybody in Australia a Merry Christmas.
Oh, it sounds so sincere. I mean, we can't wait for Easter. Where did you get your sort of like your whole style from? I mean, you're very unusual.
The star fell from the sky. No. Yeah, it sure is.
So that was Yeah, mate?
Excuse me, mate. How about a bit more Kiss music for Kiss fans?
All right, then. Do you want to see them in concert?
Yeah, I'd love to, mate.
Okay, we'll
There's
try.
enough of it out of you.
What's your name?
Michael Marisay.
Where are you from?
Mooney Ponds.
And you really like Kiss?
Yeah.
All right, we'll try to do that for you. Okay, so there you are, Countdown in concert. Right. Happy birthday to you! Hip, hip! Hip, hip! All right, listen, it's time to say goodnight. And the number one record... The number one record...
Elton John's long and happy relationship with Countdown. And Molly's still standing.
Number one record. All I can say is that Western Australia, you may have bits of Skylab hanging all around your state, but I've got Dolly Parton.
And I've got Molly.
Yeah, I think... Oh, wow. Now, listen, I noticed there's been a bit of an argument here in the audience about your beard, mate. You know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, it looks as if you've gone back to performing in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, actually, that's quite true, actually.
You're not, are you?
No, but...
Oh. Well, listen, I'll tell you what, like, do you think it should be on or off? Would one of you like to come up here? You say off, right? Come up here, just come up here for a moment. Now, John, when they say off, you know, they mean off. So here's this, love. Now, come on, we'll start now. And here's this, love it. Now be very careful with the razor. We don't want to slip his throat. And while we're doing this, let's go with the hottest record. The hottest record. And Frederick Hernando was Born to Be Alive. Right. Over the past couple of weeks, I reviewed this album, and I said I didn't like it. Well, I must say I still don't like it. It's called Hot on the Orient, but there are thousands of people out there that obviously do love it. We have received so much abusive mail, or I have actually, and it can't be sort of read out, but this one I've got to read out, and here it is. Cooked in oil, Molly should be for knocking Skyhook's latest LP. We the fans, we love each song, the mighty hooks can never go wrong. But Molly dear, who's not a nice fellow, off with his head I scream with a bellow. Hot for the Orient, he did knock, we couldn't believe it, what a shock. But Molly's wrong, all you Countdown kids, Orient's packed with lots of hits. So Molly the mouth, say you're sorry, or I'll change my station in such a hurry. Your ratings will drop, you'll be a disgrace, and you'll be there with egg on your face. Well, I don't know about being egg. I don't know. Let's have a look at Skyhooks, for goodness sake. Do yourself a favour, I always say this, but do yourself a favour. Go out and listen to this little elf. Go out, do yourself the favour. Rod Stewart. Do yourself a favour. Exactly, do yourself a favour. It's just an excellent album, so just, you know, go out and have a listen to it, all right? No, not do yourself a favour. A group called Simple Minds, which almost sums me up. And here is the album, the new album, called Sons and Fascination. And do yourself the favour then. And listen to this album because it's a superb album and the single is a ripper. It's called Love Song. Let's have a look at Simple Minds. Well, there you go. That was my sex with the computer
my
games.
Zest or My Sex?
No, My Sex.
My Sex.
Yes.
The band's called My Sex as well?
From New Zealand.
Yeah. Which sex is it?
I don't know. It's just
you don't know. You of all people don't know. It's a sex that you've never experienced before. I find this very hard to believe.
Let's control
your reputation precedes you, Mr. Meldrum.
I know. An album.
Hiya, dogface.
Iggy, how are you, mate? Listen, welcome to the show. The first time I saw you was in Detroit a couple of years ago, live in concert. What's wrong? Don't you send me up there. You behave yourself. Now listen, we've got to ask you some sensible questions. The first time was a couple of years ago. Was with Iggy. Will you concentrate on the questions?
I'm
sick.
Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, hit me. Je t'adore, ich liebe dich. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly, hit me quick. Hit me.
I'm half disabled, really. I'm free from an institution, so I'm not really included in the truly disabled anymore. Right. But I feel like I'm in the tribe of the disabled, and I'm proud to be in that tribe. I think it cuts across all the barriers of race, creed, money, poor. It doesn't matter. Right. You can be disabled anywhere, you know, any time, anything. And they're very brave, all of them.
Spastics, spastics.
spasticus, spasticus, autisticus, spasticus, 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 autisticus, spasticus, 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 autisticus, whittling, brittling, skittling, biddling, fiddling, diddling, whittling, diddling, spasticus.
Well, here we are back again, and we are going to show you a tour of Paris. Over there is the Arc de Triomphe. Over here is the River Seine. Over there is the Notre Dame.
Tinderella di luna, tinderella come la te, tutte notte sei sul tetto, sopra il tetto come i gatti, ma se c'è la luna piena, tu diventi candida, ma se c'è la luna piena, tu diventi candida.
What's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up in your face. Ah, shut up on my face. Well, here we are on the countdown, the big television show. Expensive, a big budget to show. Got the best accordion player we could find in Australia. Molly Meldrum playing accordion on the song. He's playing real good, folks. Really nice to have. Round of okay, I'll try. But now, folks, we're all going to sing this song, right? You probably already know it. But you're watching the television, the words are going to come on, shut up in your face. Then everybody sings, what's the matter you? Hey! And then I sing, shut up, you can sing, hey! What's the matter you? Hey! Got no respect. Hey! What do you think you do? Hey! Why you look so sad? Hey! It's not so bad. Hey! It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up in your face. God, what's that ball doing in my show? Hey, what's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up in your face. Hey, grazie. Oh, what's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. Hey, what do you think you do? Hey, why you look so sad? Hey, it's not so bad. It's a nicer place. Ah, shut up with your face. Grazie.
Yeah, take your hat off.
No, just
take your hat
It's my
off.
director's hat, if you don't mind.
You're not the director.
I am the director.
No, you're not.
I am the director.
Let me open the interview by saying this.
We've already opened the interview.
No, we haven't. We're very sorry about the depressing interview this afternoon. She was in a bad mood. I'd lost my voice, and now I feel much better.
Right. Everybody in the whole country asked me just one thing about you.
I don't want to even know about it. If you're going to talk about the hat,
yeah,
I think I might. Well, after you wearing the fishing hat, I
exactly.
thought that
Why?
I might wear a hat.
Why?
Well, I mean, Kate Sobrano, In Excess, and The Mentals. I'm sure that was Barnesy then. Air of this concert tour, which is going to be extraordinary. It's a new hat. Leave me alone.
No, we've got a bit of grass.
It's going to, I'm trying to give you a promo.
Good evening. I'm back. New hat, new glasses, new jewelry, new jacket, new tour, new album, new single. Old program.
I got everything that a man can need, but it still ain't quite enough.
Your host for tonight is the man who gets as big a kick out of soccer as he does out of rock and roll.
Lead me through your heartlands. I need to see them one more time before I'm gone.
Countdown and Barry Humphries and all of those people from Australia, we'd like to present you with this.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Countdown News. What a privilege for you to see a megastar like me scraping his own plate into a waste paper bin. Ugh, horrible hopeless.
But them talking about how they wanted to do the movie and discussing who should compare next.
And
then we're going to show Kermit and Fozzie doing Moving Along. Let's have a look at the Muppets movie, please.
I like Elton. Every girl deserves the very best. Every mother wants a boy like Elton to press against her breast.
And you're with the Elton John show now. I'd like to introduce you to Richard Clapton. How did... Oh, it's Elton. I thought it was Richard Clapton.
No, I've had terrible hell these last few months, darling, trying to conceal all this under my hat. And they said the hair transplant wasn't a success, and look at it.
You know, it's funny, Elton John has been trying to put on some superfluous hair, and I've been trying to take it off.
Elton was very much part of the show, you know. I mean, Elton was always, and has been always, so generous.
partner.
I mean, Elton enjoyed doing the show like that, you know? And, of course, it was great television.
You've done the show and you've done everything else. You've floored the critics. Why have you never done a movie?
Well, I'm making a movie with Rod, actually.
Oh,
not jet lag. No, not jet lag. I'm making a movie. I star as an Olympic skier. I do. No, this is absolutely serious.
Right.
And Rod, you're supposed to ask me what Rod stars as.
What does Rod star as?
His nose stars as the ski slope that
That's me.
Hi, this is John Paul Young standing on Sydney Harbour, inviting you to watch the 100th show of Countdown this Sunday on the ABC.
Happy birthday, dear Countdown. Happy birthday to...
Exploding onto your screen for the 100th time, this is Australia's #1 rock show, Countdown.
But the pressure on Molly was beginning to show. When someone slipped a little something into his drink on the 100th episode, he became tired and emotional. Very tired. Out for the count. On live TV, 3 million viewers.
The 100th show is absolutely infamous, you know. That was chaos on a grand scale.
Squeak? Yes, mate. How are you, mate?
I'm fine.
How do you feel like being on the 100th show of Countdown?
I feel really good, mate. That's really nice.
Oh, that's nice, Squeak. Yes. Who feels that I've been nasty to Squeak over the last... You're joking. I'm being a snob to him. Oh.
Molly just come back from overseas and he was tired and emotional.
Oh, no. Dust. You see, I mean, not... Actually, she shouldn't do it to me because no matter what she does, I mean, I always look the same.
And that is real dust coming off his face, by the way.
I beg your pardon?
The 100th show, that really was traumatic.
Let's go down into the Countdown audience. Yeah! Right, now listen, let me step down, come on. Hold on. Now, this is the Countdown audience. This is the one I say shush, shush, shush to. This is the one, where are we? Oh, here we are, Ian. Ian's on the Zoom, oh my God. Ian's on the Zoom, and, well, Leo, I think I better throw it to you and I'll explain it later. Leo, take it over.
I think Molly, you could say, was a bit pissed.
Tell you what, that's the first time ever in the world anyone has ever seen on television Leo Sayer singing that song, because we're the only ones that ever taped him. Hey! I feel like Sylvester Stallone, whatever his name is, from Rocky.
Elton John interview, mate. You want to do that?
Oh, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. All right.
I wanted to sort of disappear halfway through the show, you know? And yes, that did become very, very dramatic.
Before we knew it, he was yanked off the air and Darryl Braithwaite and I had to finish the show off.
What a night it's been. Listen, Ian Meldrum has been exhausted, John.
Oh, he is, man.
Completely out of his... He's had enough.
They'd be rushing around here in the studio going, where's Ian? Where's Molly? Oh, okay, grab some... And it'd all be by the seat of your pants. And, yeah, and it worked magnificently.
So confusion, along with everything else to do with Countdown, reigned supreme.
Throughout the network of ABC television on 146 stations across Australia, this is...
The trees reach for the sun above.
And the way you do this is go out now, buy your TV Times, look, that's the front cover, and don't you dare vote Darryl Braithwaite as the most popular sportsman of the year.
How's that? You messed about.
Michael, how are you? Welcome to the show again. Now listen, look, there's stacks of questions I could ask you. Congratulations on the Love One. Congratulations on the album, Keep On Walking, the whole thing. What advice would you give then, Michael, being in a group like In Excess, that, I mean, they had a great debut album. Well, no, seriously, what advice would you give a group as young as In Excess are, of how to handle the business?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, we are not a very good example of how to handle the business.
No, but what would you say? I mean, just one piece of advice, what would you say?
Don't take it too
Well,
serious.
I don't have any advice. I really don't. If I had to say anything, I'd just say, think clean, mate. Think
Right.
clean.
And I'd say to you, Mark, be good, and the group will be fantastic. Come on.
Hello, Australia. I've always wanted to say that. I'm Gavin Wood, and welcome. I've got to tell you about our dance finalists. Amazing.
Okay, well.
I kodany.
I beg your pardon? What does that mean?
Behave yourself.
Cool. Good.
Jimmy Barnes just told me to behave myself. Well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black?
And I thought they were happy to receive the award.
Rob and Glenn from Judas Priest, welcome to Countdown. Now, Rob, if you could just explain about the group, just tell us a little about this group.
Well, the group itself formed about 5 or 6 years ago on a semi-pro basis at that time. But over the past few years, until we recorded our first album on the Gull record label, that was when we became professional.
This is your first trip to, say, Europe and England. What has the reaction been like towards you?
You scared the birds away.
Hi, I'm Cherry Ripe, Countdown's London connection, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be bringing you some great stories like The Buggles, The Clash and Marianne Faithfull. Any chance you might get down and boogie down under?
Ooh, I love the way you say down under.
David and Deborah from the Flying Lizards. Who are the Flying Lizards? Is there anybody else besides you two? Martha Johnson, Martha Ludley and Mark Gain from Martha and the Muffins. Welcome to Countdown. I want money. You've got a pretty extraordinary sound. Does this sound actually have a name, Deborah?
No, I just think it's the best we can do under the circumstances. Because very, very few of us can play. I mean, David can play the bass guitar very badly. There are a few musicians, though, people who really can play. And I can't sing, so, well, it's the best we could do.
Corinne, Lol and Kevin, welcome to Countdown. And congratulations on being in the top 20 with your single, An Englishman in New York. Deborah, some people think that you're putting on that strange sing-along voice. But is that the way you actually would normally talk?
Well, I don't know. You can judge that for yourself, can't you?
I guess.
So it makes the guitar do things that strings would do. Not synthetically, but naturally, because the strings are actually being bowed. So if you press all of them down, you can play bow a 6-string chord, which sounds like, you know, cello or something else. And it's very, very useful for doing your own little sort of home arrangements and little bits of string passages without getting orchestras in.
The muffin part of the name came in because we couldn't decide on a name at all over the course of the summer that we were getting together. And we had about 2 weeks to go before our first gig, and a name had to go on the poster. And there was a very heavy punk scene going at the time in Toronto, and we weren't a part of that, and we didn't like the sort of posing that a lot of bands were doing at the time with punk imagery. So we went the exact opposite and picked something that was really wimpy, and Muffin couldn't have been any wimpier.
Oh, I made money because I didn't have any money at the time. It seemed a sort of reasonable kind of record to make.
And You say you can't sing. Does it strike you as odd that you're a lead vocalist who can't sing?
No, not at all. A lot of people in pop music can't sing.
Is Cherry Ripe your real name?
My parents had a sense of humour.
I love it.
Hi, this is Ricky Lee Jones on Countdown, going into the 80s. I'll meet you there.
Can I wear your hat?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Want me to fix your hair?
If you wouldn't mind. What are your opinions of how music has been in the 70s?
The middle half of the 70s, very dull, I felt.
Right.
But
uninspiring?
Yeah, very much so. But with the rise of the new wave from about 76 onwards, it's been quite an exciting time.
Can you see the future for music within the 80s, say, in the first 2 years?
Well, like I mentioned before, the new wave things are just only starting to happen. And I think they'll have a big influence on the first couple of years, definitely.
Disco music will continue. I think that possibly it'll be broken into different trends, like rock disco, and then there's disco for dancing, and all kinds of disco music.
I suppose we'll continue to stretch ourselves to bring out interesting sounds within basic, instruments. I mean, other people prefer to use the 1980s machine, but we'd rather create something out of something that's supposedly redundant.
Well, believe it or not, we've found Chris from the Saints over here in London, looking suitably cold, and certainly not stranded. First of all, welcome to Countdown, again.
Thank you, Ian, again. I mean, all those cunts at the top, they got so much money, right? They just roll in it. I'd rather it spent on us. Right, so Rod Stewart's idea seemed to me to incorporate collecting huge art galleries in his own room for his own private. It's so aristocratic, so old-fashioned. It's so fucking what all the royalty and everybody with money's always done, denied everybody else something. And I thought rock and roll and music and singing was about giving people things, giving people feelings and emotions. And I think if you do that on one side of your life, right, really, it should follow in other things. You should want to, give out, also get back too, But, it seems to me, a lot of those sort of people like that, they seem to start collect things, collect houses. And,
now, you did say at one stage
silly to me.
That
I've had some really heavy sex since I've come to Australia. I said I had some really heavy sex.
Well, welcome to Australia. You been good, boy? Don't ask that, Molly, don't ask that.
Well, John, you overthrew something. You overthrew an establishment that had been there for music for the first 5 years of 1970 and had been there before. Didn't you feel some achievement of overthrowing the establishment and making them open the doors to young groups?
No, the pathetic conclusion of that movement was one load of arseholes were replaced with another load. Even more nothing was achieved.
For instance, Johnny Rotten, in one interview, said about God Save the Queen that he really didn't, it wasn't that he disliked the Queen at all, In fact, if anything, it was a song that they felt sorry for her because she was put up as a pedestal. I mean, do you, what is your thoughts on royalty?
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. I feel they're just victims, really. Well, that's what I think anyway,
I mean, do you admire her, or do you...
I don't admire her. I mean, you can't admire somebody that you think's sort of not in control. She's in a situation of control, but she doesn't actually make any of the rules. So you can't really admire somebody like that. You just have to sort of feel sorry for them, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I've never met the Queen in my life, so why should I want to know her? Is it big?
I mean, do you think, well, let's
don't
go on.
bother about it. We don't bother about it. We just don't care about the Queen. She don't give a fuck about us, does she?
Yeah, but not bothering about her, then why write a song about her?
Why not? We write a song about how much we don't like her.
Yeah. On that...
Nothing wrong with that. It's only a statement, isn't it? Saying what you feel, just because you put it on a record.
With the punk rock craze coming along,
what's that?
Does it become a challenge, in the sense where you're finding these amazing contrasts?
It's always been a challenge. I mean, it doesn't matter what, even if there is a new movement or call it what you want, there's always a challenge.
And now we come to the most important part of the... Sorry. All right. Could I just have one glass of water, please?
As Countdown's influence grew, so too did Molly's reach and reputation. But on this occasion, he's out of his depth and he knows it.
Do you not have one of these teleprompters?
No.
He's trying to introduce a countdown segment with Prince Charles, and the harder Molly tries, the more excruciating it becomes.
With the cooperation of Mr. Miller and the Australian... sorry. Can we start again? Some months ago, we had a talk with Mr. Harry Miller about the... Oh, no.
Was it really 40 years ago? It only seems like yesterday. I wish it were tomorrow. I'd cancel it.
Your Royal Highness... Oh. I'm sweating like a pig.
Molly's efforts become even more memorable for the young prince when Charles leaves his seat, allowing Meldrum to really get down to work.
The possibility of producing a very special LP, the profits from which will be donated to the Queen's Silver Jubilee organisation. Oh,
I certainly learned some interesting new Australian words from Mr. Meldrum.
With all the proceeds and the profits... No, not with all the proceeds.
I then myself up by stuffing up the Prince Charles interview.
After a lot of negotiation, with Mr.
No, it's not a regret, but I definitely stuffed that up, you know.
Sit down.
Yeah, OK.
Sit down, relax.
Right, OK. Let's
Look
go.
around you.
Yeah.
Familiar surroundings.
Yeah.
Come on. Get a grip. Come on, punch through.
The profits from which will be donated to the Queen's Silver Jubilee organisation. Could I just have one glass of water, please? And, dear. Sorry, mate.
Anyway, congratulations to Countdown. It was an evening I will never forget, and a special thank you to Molly Meldrum.
I'm with Adam and with Kevin, and they've got every reason to celebrate because you have the #1 album, right?
Yeah, we've just been told a couple of minutes ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
He's a household name, Molly. It ain't even Molly Meldrum, it's Molly. You see what I mean? It's one word. It's like Ali, you know, or Brando.
The single down Australia's just starting to take off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So you've actually got a national treasure, really. A very weird one.
Now, I know you don't drink.
Nah.
But because it is the #1 album, congratulations, all right? Thanks very much.
That's a pleasure, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so every time you saw him, it was a bit of an event. He wasn't one of these guys goes, what toothpaste do you like? You know, what's it like being, how'd you get your name? And, you know, oh, they're nice trousers, and what do you think of other bands and all this? He was actually very focused on music and rock and roll. He'd done his homework.
Adam and the Ants with Ant Music. Take it away!
Countdown was like going into a room with a load of cameras going out live, and they had a rough idea of what was going to happen, but very rough. And that's why I think you got to this place and you had a good time. Countdown was like a blast-off. It was mental. It was crazy. It was under control and chaos. It was this ordered, very calm apocalypse that was going on there.
Some people think he's a Wally, but I love Molly. See you soon in Australia on Countdown.
Well, tonight we present you with a world exclusive. It deals with one of the musical geniuses of the 80s. Born George O'Dowd, this brilliant singer-songwriter, over the past 18 months has not only become a household name, he's become a household face.
The first time we arrived at Countdown, at the backstage door, there was like a group of fans who were immaculately dressed, they'd each kind of made an outfit of mine.
I'm shocked. I keep asking all the men if they're women.
Why?
Because it's one of the most trendy places I've been to in Australia so far.
They were exquisite. It was like, the costumes were better than my costumes. I was furious.
Come here.
And I was like, oh, they have to come in, so I got them in.
Oh. Why dress up and be ignored? Sit. See, and there's another one as well somewhere, but he's being a bit shy.
I got him into the gig, and I remember the next day, there was a newspaper story, and it said, Boy George bans all normal people from Countdown, which I thought was hilarious. Right, fair enough. It wasn't true, obviously.
This is the best part of the show.
Yes, it is.
Everyone should come over.
Oh, no.
Just turn the camera around.
This boy just looks fantastic. And here it is with a beautiful song, the lovable, adorable, fantastic, brilliant Boy George.
That cross the street, you never know
But we were aware that Countdown was like top of the pops of Australia. It was like the most important show. It was the way that we reached the whole of Australia, and that's how we kind of had our impact. So yeah, it was hugely important.
Come on, they need a lift, you guys.
Go the Saints! And look what I've actually bought. I bought a St Kilda footy jumper. I insist you wear sometime tonight.
All right.
St Kilda has not won a game, I think, in 9 weeks, and they finally beat South Melbourne today. So I think they deserve a cheer from all of us.
Yes, it's Johnny Rotten!
This is Countdown magazine here, and it's just absolute nonsense, like this show. They've got me here, and I've been waiting about 4 hours now, and I'm very bored.
Now, the last time I saw Molly Meldrum, I was standing in his yard. Molly was having a very good time, but for him that's not too hard. Because he travels around the world, speaking to pop stars like me. Everybody wants a job like that. I would, me.
We've done it again. Would you like to see the Australian top 5?
Not particularly.
Well, we do.
Thanks a lot.
Good night, Australia.
Good night, Molly.
When Countdown's demise was announced, it was international news. It even made the front page of America's Variety magazine, the show business Bible.
It means big disappointment.
Countdown's still like a part of our life, and it's still like being taken away from us.
Been on for a long time, we're going to miss it. All of us are.
As tributes flowed, Countdown prepared for its emotional final show, the 1987 Countdown Music Awards.
Welcome to the final countdown, live from the Sydney Entertainment Centre.
I was on the first show of Countdown, the first colour, and the last show. And to be able to have been a part of that was amazing to me.
We had the chance to turn the pages over. We can write what we want to write. We gotta make it speak before we get much older.
And I got to sing the last song on the last Countdown. I was very honoured to be on that particular show, and that was a big thing for me. Yeah.
John, you can have the hat. Peter, I hope you don't mind doing a impersonation of you. Thank you, Australia. Good night, and thanks for 13 years. You've been bloody wonderful.
Countdown. Gone, but not forgotten.